Alrighty, everyone, welcome back. So yesterday we looked at the Rangers and their start of the season analysis. Well, we're going to do the Carolina Hurricanes start of the season analysis today. I do apologize. I did say I was going to try and get up 2 videos today, but it's been a long day. I am very tired. So we're just going to do 1 for the day, and then hopefully we'll get 2 done tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow, so it'll be easier. But the Carolina Hurricanes, for a little bit there, and it's still relatively early, I was a little bit concerned with the way this team was playing. Admittedly so. Some of the games they were playing, they were losing to teams they really shouldn't be losing to. And overall, it just all in all felt very strange, especially since their schedule was relatively easy, if we're being honest. But regardless, let's just get straight into it here. So they're 5-4-0 through 9 games played in the season for 10 points, and they're 10th in the NHL. Obviously, that's good numbers. However, for a little bit there, they were below 500. They were just barely at 500, but the way they were losing these games was sparking a lot of concern for some people. And definitely, it makes a lot of sense and why. So, you start off the first game, they play the Ottawa Senators at home. It's a 5-3 win. It was a good game played by Carolina. Then they play Los Angeles. They go up like 5-1 or 5-0 or something like that. And then the Kings come back, score 5 unanswered or 4 unanswered, one of the two. It's somewhere around there. And the Hurricanes eventually survive it, barely, and win in a shootout. Then they play the Anaheim Ducks. They lose that one 6-3. Frank Vatrano, just crazy. He had another hattie today against Philadelphia. Then you have San Jose. They win that one 6-3. Obviously, if they didn't, then San Jose would have a win. But, obviously they don't so far. The Seattle Kraken, they played them, lost 7-4. And that game really showed some concern for me. Because the Kraken, up to that point, really, they could not score. Like, that was their biggest issue. And I made a video on that when, all of that was happening. Like, they literally could not score. And then they put up 7 against the Hurricanes. So that was a concern for me. Then you have the Avalanche game where they lost 6-4. Avalanche obviously are a good team, so I'm not a little bit too overhyped about that. And obviously it was a closer game. Then you got the 3-0 game, and that was an issue with me. And after that game, I honestly thought, well, like, are they really gonna be like this really good team? And yeah, it's early, understandably so. I wasn't too worried, but that game really concerned me a little bit, especially with a goalie that not shading Johansson at all, but they're expected to score. They're expected to beat a team like that. And then you play Seattle. It's a 3-2 overtime win. Obviously, that was a great game for the Hurricanes, a good bounce back from their 3-game losing streak. Then they play San Jose last night, and they win 3-0. Svechnikov comes back. Everything is great. And that also plays a factor, too, injuries. That plays a huge factor why this Hurricanes team really kind of started off mediocre, I guess. Aho's out. Aho's been out since like Game 5, I believe. Brett Pesce's going to be out for a while. So that was obviously a massive concern that I have with that defense. I don't want to say like he's the best defender in that blue line, but like when he's there, it's really all glued together. But without him, it's just been a lot of, guys being pulled in and out of the lineup. And obviously they're really deep, so, that plays a factor in why they've been swapping up the lines a little bit. But Pesce being out, it's good that they have a deep D-core that can sustain that, but obviously another injury would definitely just kill this team even more. Some of the stats that have come through the first 9 games of the season in October. Marty Necas is one of the notable guys with 9 games played, 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points. I like Necas a lot, a point per game there. Same stats for Kotkaniemi, too. He has 9 games played, 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points. He looked pretty good at the start of the year. And that might be because Aho's out, so he gets number 1 center time. But he's looked great. He really has. And, for a guy who obviously has been improving the past couple of years, this should be a year where he does very well, I feel like. And, he's been playing really well with Carolina's system, and they managed him so well. I just think it's great the way they're using him in the city. Then you got Seth Jarvis, 9 games played, 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points. Jarvis, again, has looked great, too. Obviously, with the guys being out and injured, it's given guys like Jarvis and Kotkaniemi a chance to rise up in the lineup. Not that they were, bad or anything, but it gives them more playing time, basically. And that's kind of a positive sometimes of players' injuries. It gives other guys an opportunity to come up there and play. Then you got Teuvo Teravainen, who's been basically scoring all their goals. 9 games played, 7 goals, 1 assist, 8 points. So first off, He needs to pass the puck, but in other words, he's looked good. Great goal scorer there for Carolina. Then he got Jacob Slavin to wrap out the top 5 in the defenseman. 9 games played, 3 goals, 4 assists, 7 points. Again, Slavin, one of the more underrated guys in the league. The best defensive defender. Showing some signs of offense there. So yeah, that is your stats overall, your top 5 scoring leaders. They've all looked pretty good. Obviously, with Aho and Svech being out, that's a concern, but Svech is back now, and the hope is Aho will be back soon. But obviously, we'll find out if that happens. The goaltending. Now, the goaltending was a little bit of a concern for me, and that's why I was a little bit, concerned with this team. Because you look at some of these numbers. They let in 5 against LA. They let in 6 against Anaheim. They let in 7 against Seattle. They let in 6 against Colorado. Those are 4 games that are basically where you're letting in 6 or more goals, or 5 or more goals. That is absolutely brutal for this team. And definitely the shutout win against San Jose really helped gain momentum back for some of these goalies. But a lot of their stats right now, even though it's early, are like literally in the toilet. Like they are not good numbers at all. So you got Raanta, 2-1. 3.06 goals against average and a .867 save percentage. That's the best numbers you're going to get out of him. I believe he did have the shutout last night, so he's looked good. And then you got Anderson there too, 3-0. Surprisingly, 3.38 goals against average and a .875 save percentage. He's gotten better consistently as the year has gone along. And then Kochetkov there too, 0-3, 4.33 goals against average and a .836 save percentage. So, yeah, Kochetkov has not looked very bright for the Hurricanes so far. Obviously, though, he's been playing with Syracuse in the AHL. Carolina had to loan him because Tampa Bay is going through a goalie problem right now. But obviously, that plays a factor too. But, the goaltending, the stats are bad now. But as the team heats up, which I think they will now that they beat San Jose and started this little winning streak they have now, I think the stats will get better for sure. Their upcoming games it's kind of easy, but it's a little bit hard there as well. You got Philadelphia. They just lost to Anaheim, but they've played pretty solid through the past couple of games. New York Rangers, that'll be a fun game to watch. The Islanders, that'll be a fun game to watch too. Rematch of the first round. The Sabres a little bit injury depleted right now in Florida. Florida's looked all right so far, so we'll see how they're going to do against the Carolina Hurricanes. But yeah, that's basically your analysis right now. Some people are concerned, but I'm not too overly concerned. It's still relatively early, and that's what people forget about in things like this. Like they forget that it's just so early in the season, and they'll overreact. Like they went 3-4, and they're like, oh, they're gonna miss playoffs. And they see Edmonton right now like they're 1-5-1. Edmonton has legitimate concerns though. I think they'll be fine, but regardless. Don't be concerned about where this team is right now. I think with these wins they've gotten, they're going to go up from here. So regardless, let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, subscribe down below. I greatly appreciate it. And anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Adios.